This is the MGTOW Infinium here with another Infinium short take. This Infinium short take is entitled The Horror of Feminist Normalization. My brothers, one of the main aspects of the feminist plantation state, which I find to be fully astounding, is how the FPS operates with a level of hypocrisy which is mind-boggling. Furthermore, it is this mind-boggling hypocrisy on the part of the FPS which causes them to do things like normalize everything that is detrimental to women as well as men. And on top of that, my brothers, the capacity to blame men for everything that is detrimental to women because we are the ones who are supposed to take accountability for what is being done to women, what women are doing in terms of destroying themselves, what feminism is doing in terms of destroying women. Now, my brothers, you may be aware of the latest and greatest sexually transmitted disease called TM7, which TM7 is an emerging sexually transmitted fungal infection that causes severe ringworm. Now, my brothers, again, among other things, the feminist plantation state is not saying how bad sexually transmitted diseases are among the general populace of feminists and of women in general. They are not saying what is actually causing these types of situations like TM7. All they're saying is that, again, when it boils down to the spread of this emerging sexually transmitted disease, that it is primarily caused by men. There's nothing said about what women are doing in terms of their activities, in terms of doing things like having high body counts, in terms of supporting women like Bonnie Blue, who actively encourage women to have multiple partners in terms of intercourse, my brothers. My brothers, I could go on and on and on about the increasing STD rates and how the feminist plantation state is trying to normalize these issues and how the feminist plantation state is trying to normalize what is aberrant behavior among women and the consequences of that aberrant behavior being STDs, out of control STDs, STDs which are incurable. Again, that incentive by the FPS to normalize these types of things, that it is normal for a woman to have a high body count and STDs. I could go on and on and on about these issues, present facts, present all types of research that I have done. But my brothers, instead, I will present to you an extrapolation of what will happen to a MGTOW man if he winds up in an interaction with a woman who covertly has a normalized STD like TM7. The extrapolation starts with you as a MGTOW man going on a coffee date with a woman who you thought was safe to be with. For brevity of this extrapolation, I'm not going to go into all of the aspects of how you wound up with this woman, like you're doing something like peeping your debit card while you were innocently shopping at the Food Lion. And based upon that peeping intel, that woman building a carefully crafted plan to target you. Here is just a mere fact that you let your guard down in terms of the protection of your freedom and peace. Now, when you are on the coffee date, all seems well, in fact, extremely well, leading to you being hoodwinked into thinking that she is a unicorn. And of course, because she told you all the good BS things that you wanted to hear, that she's not into feminism, and she thinks that men should be considered as husbands and not partners in marriage. The coffee date ends with her exclaiming that she had a wonderful time, followed by her giving you a peck on your cheek. But it is the moment when the jail cell door slams shut in your face that you realize the full nature of your failure in terms of dropping your guard as a MGTOW man. Because it is the coffee date unicorn who puts you into that jail cell because of a false allegation of SA. AKA, you forced her to kiss you. And on the sole basis of that false allegation, you were hunted down and arrested by the enforcers of the FPS. But the horror of being imprisoned because of a false allegation of SA is just the beginning, because it is also the horror of you being falsely accused of infecting her with an incurable STD. Furthermore, it is the horror of you also being infected with that incurable STD just because of her innocent peck on your cheek, thereby becoming a part of the nightmare from hell which you can never wake up from. It does not matter that you are innocent of both charges. It only matters to the FPS that you are a man who is fully guilty as charged. And although you may win the crapshoot of successfully defending yourself against a false allegation of SA, the fact remains that you are infected with an STD which has no known cure. My brothers, this extrapolation is a sobering reminder of what will happen to you if you drop your guard in terms of your freedom and peace in this hour. It is also a sobering reminder that the protection of your freedom and peace is not about being paranoid, but rather being fully aware as a MGTOW man of anything which would rob you of your freedom and peace. Finally, it is the normalization of what your embracement of the MGTOW philosophy does for your overall mindset as a free man. That it is your lifestyle as a MGTOW man which is normal because it entails every aspect of your life as a free man because you have the right to live free in every possible way. This is the MGTOW Infinium, and this has been an Infinium short take. My MGTOW brothers, as always, stay safe, stay strong, stay on the MGTOW path, and remember, MGTOW is the liberation of men's minds. MGTOW cannot and will not be stopped.